Oh shit. Forgot that I had started this. Let me find my headphones so they are hopefully the color is easy to spot. Nice mint color. Let me get this party started and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I've got going on here. So, as I started earlier, I want to do something reminiscent of our wedding bouquets and like our wedding our for Valentine's Day, and so I ordered some different gold yarn, and then I think I got something for the berries, but I was pulling out all my metallics to see what I could work with. I have other metallics or yarn with metallic thread in it, but I kind of weeded that out. So I'll show you what I have. Some of it I know how much I have, and some of it I don't. Some of it I got from the thrift store. So we're just gonna do this. So I'm gonna pull up a picture of what our flowers look like, and some of these we're gonna go for like more realistic looking, and some of these we're gonna just go for, just cool looking, if that makes sense. Hi, welcome in. Happy to have you. One second. I'm gonna go and make sure that the comments are working if someone does comment, just because it didn't before. Okay, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I just couldn't see my comments last time, so I want to make sure that I can see it now. Just in case, if there are comments. Okay. So I don't see any comments yet, so that's fine. Alright. Okay, so let's see. So I did save one. Okay, so I don't know the names of a lot of these flowers. Now I'm like, wow, there's more color than I thought there was. Okay, so it looks like we have some white roses, maybe some white peonies. Are those like calla lilies, like all white calla lilies? There's some green and gold and some metallic leaves in there, magnolia leaves. I thought we actually had magnolias in our bouquet, but it turns out we do not. Is that going to stop me? No. And then just a bunch of like berries, green berries, leaves, stuff like that. So we kept it. And then Mel's got some blue flowers in hers, and I've got some purple berries in mine. So we're just going to kind of go off of that. Now, the wonderful, beautiful, amazing Crystal at Hook That Yarn put together a playlist of different flowers. So first we're going to see what is happening in the way of peonies and see if we can find a way to make those. Or we can make something up as we go. So let's see. Okay. What was I looking for again? I really don't remember. Oh, the flowers. The flower playlist. Okay. Okay. Cute. I really like the carnations. The carnations look pretty easy. The crochet rose obviously looks amazing. The callias look good. Um, Lilies of the Valley, that kind of looks like the blue flower that we had in Mel's. I know Mel loves hydrangeas. Um, okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I think I might go to the carnations first, but my problem is that I don't have um, a lot of like sticks to put all this on. So I'm a little like, yeah, what do I do? Let me try to find, but that is an awesome playlist. The flowers all look amazing. So, crochet peony. I can't spell peony. There we go. Okay, so in the paid tutorial, and I guess it looks like she might have used like floral wire or something. Uh, and that's thinner yarn. So let's go to this peony, see what's up here. Okie dokie. So just to show you what I have in the way of metallic yarn right now. Um, so I have a couple options. Obviously, I love metallics, anything sparkly. This isn't so much of a metallic as it is kind of like a sparkle. This is the Department 71 Sparkle and Shine. It only comes in like Christmassy colors. They do have 2 silvers, but they don't have any gold. And so I was a little peeved at that, but I thought this might be cool for some project someplace. Okay, so let me pause this real quick. So I have a unknown amount of this cone of light gold yarn. It is very scratchy. It's not very comfortable, so it's not great for wearables, but could be really great for this project. I have 2 cones of it in brown with gold, but I didn't figure I needed the brown. I figured that just going along with the natural metallics, as we called them, um, might be good. So I have some of a lighter gold. I have some yarn thread that is gold with gold sparkle in it, quite thin. I have some different textured yarn, some like novelty yarn, which might work for some like kind of organic looking flower material. It's got all like color variations: brown, gold, light, tan, that kind of stuff. I have non-elastic metallic yarn, 60 yards each of these, and then I have a couple of these. This is the kind of stuff I find at my thrift store, which is cool. I have 2 gold, 2 silver of these. They don't really stretch. They're more like scrubby yarn, but they could be cute accents for something. And then the rest is stuff that I bought and knew it was. So here I have Red Heart Super Saver Metallic. It is black and it has gold sparkles in it because black was one of our options, color options. I thought the black and gold might be nice for something, maybe just some accents to keep it a little darker. This is the Super Saver Metallic in the silver one. The light gray, it's very nice, very soft. This one is rose gold, kind of. I think the color is called like fuchsia or something. Rose fume. But seeing the rest of the yarn, I'm really not feeling the vibe. So, right. And then I have two things from Ice Yarns. These are flock star yarn. So I have some wool content. And I have a like gunmetal. And I have a dark green, which of course is they're both super pretty. So I'll show you what those look like. Gorgeous. It's gonna be a painted frog, so I want to make sure I have my pattern white before I start working this stuff out, because it is gonna be annoying, the frog. That's a super kitchen. Okay. So now that we have all that, I'm gonna start kind of rearranging what I'm doing. I'm going to take my so I feel like for the peony I might want that in, let me see how they do theirs. This is Moara Crochet. I hope this isn't like make every petal and sew it together, because I'm not about that life. But yeah, I got pretty much anything metallic that I could get my hands on all at once, because I was like, I gotta make metallic stuff. Or like add metallic to stuff. And that's what happened. Okay, it's not telling me what yarn size you used, or you told me you used a 2 millimeter hook. Okay, but I assume that you are using a thinner yarn. I'm also going to redo this lavender. I'm going to take this purple off, and I'm going to keep the green, probably. Might as well. And then I'm probably going to add some, like, different color. Maybe, you know what would probably be really nice on here? Would be the gunmetal ice yarn. I bet that would look really cool. Sorry, this drink is making me burp. Okay, so you don't need to show me you making olives, baby. Okay, so she did do the thing and roll it up. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what color I would want a peony, but let me frog this and we'll just start from there. So yeah, I think this would be nice in like a gunmetal color. I already gave Mel a heads up. I was like, Mel kind of knows what I'm doing, and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be done by the time you by the time that hey IBD. How are you, my love? I hope you're doing well, taking care of yourself, having a great life, you know, the usual. Um, I know this is, you know, about the time that I go on semi-normally, so, but I'm going to be working on a kind of a flower bouquet. It's not kind of a flower bouquet, it is a flower bouquet, but I will be working on it. Okay, I can see my comments again because that was super annoying. I will be kind of modifying some flowers that were both in our bouquets and also, you know, but also that we really like. So, thankfully, Crystal from Hook That Yarn, who, like, you know, we all should know and love, she she put together a playlist for me to start me on my flower journey, and then now we're going to continue it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of metallic flowers, which I know don't exist in nature really, but that was kind of the theme of our wedding, so that's what I'm going to do. And I was going through a bunch of different metallic yarns that I had, or ways to make other yarns metallic, like I have some metallic thread, some gold here that's nice and sparkly and pretty. Never quite see the gold, but we've all seen this yarn, right? And then I had made some. I started making some lavender on like a old glue stick thing. And so I'm just gonna take the purple off, and I'm going to start adding different color metallics, so I can have multiple different. Just gonna keep it kind of like a fresh, like it's a weird. It's maybe not the weirdest thing I've ever done, but it's still like a very unique set of flowers. And then also I might hand just like create some flowers. I don't know. We'll see. But I did find a pattern for a peony that I'm going to save. And we'll do that another day because we have white peonies in our bouquets. So I might have some like white creamy ones, and then I might have some like light gold. See how that sparkle it has in there. This is a really rough yarn, but it's very pretty. I have this in brown with gold in it. It's very pretty, but man, this is scratchy. So now I'm gonna get rid of that purple. And we're gonna go in with, we were gonna do the gunmetal color. So this is from Ice Yarns. This is Rockstar yarn. I hope this is still around because it is a nice yarn. I don't think they discontinued it if last time I checked was correct. It's a 4-weight yarn. It is 19% merino, 70% polyamide, and 11% acrylic. It's 50 grams, and the color is 53025. But I just thought this would be nice instead of the purple for the lavender, to put on the lavender stock. So what pouch size did I use? The trash is just falling down. Did I use the 3.25 that I have in the other room? I don't know what I used. Here's 4.25. I don't know how many like cushioned hooks that are. I guess I have my 3.25 candy shop hook, but I don't know if I love the idea of using this against the rep. Actually, that should be fine. Okay, never mind. So this yarn this is the first time I'm using it. I've had it for years. I thought it was beautiful, and I haven't used it because I'm always like, well, like, what if I want to use it for this, or what if I want to use it for this, and then I just never use it. So I am finally getting around to using it on the weirdest freaking project I could possibly use it for. I went through the kind of pattern I created for this particular flower the other day, but if you want to know how I make it, I'd be happy to go through that again with you. But I figure I wouldn't bore you with it if you didn't care that much, or if you already remembered how I did it. So I can't tell if the yarn smells weird or, you know, sometimes you just get like a weird smell in your nose and you're like, what's that? I feel like that's kind of what's going on. Okay, so I am going to go around and I'm going to start creating these little um, leaves, these lavender leaves, and we're going to just kind of have fun, create some magic, and, you know, go for it, you know. This is, you know, I can't say what it would feel like on other hooks, but having dealt with primarily cotton on this hook, I will say it's fairly slippery compared to rough ass cotton, but I think most things are. It seems to be really easy to work with so far. Like I said earlier, I bet it would be kind of a pain to frog. So if you want to use this, I would imagine not using this for your original pass as at a pattern, but maybe like something that you're at least a little familiar with, or you're going off of a pattern, so that you're not kind of freehanding with this and trying to work with it and then undo the work that you did and um, all that stuff. This is a really beautiful color. Now I'm like, should I? I feel like I should change the green because it like almost doesn't do the gunmetal justice. But we'll have a lot of greens and metallics in there, so I think it should be fine. Two, three, 4, 5. I don't particularly like it with this hook. It's a little too slippery. So I'm going to eventually get up and change hooks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey Lydia, welcome in. I am redoing the lavender in a metallic gunmetal color because we had metallics at our wedding, and I thought it would be more special to do something similar and evocative of our wedding than just any random flowers. So that's what I'm doing, is trying to make a bouquet that's kind of like our wedding. So yeah, working on gnomes like it. Ooh, I would love to see that. I'm sorry, I've been super slack about keeping up with other people's lives. I just, I have no excuse. I guess my life has been a little crazy, so maybe I do have an excuse, but I don't want to use it because, you know, it's like, it's give and take, right? We're all friends, and making sure we're supporting each other is super important. So I'll try to be there more, um, be part of your YouTube life just as much as you're part of mine. So if you rewind and watch the beginning of this video, you can see all the metallics that I'm using. I do have some more on the way. Taking a break from it right now. Makes sense. Blankets take a long time. Um, so, but yeah, I I showed you all of the metallics that I'm using, and am I going the wrong way? I think I am. Not that it really matters, but I wanted the shorter side of this to be. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so these are going to be kind of like fantasy flowers and decorations mixed with some kind of realism, just to give it like a different effect. Okay, I can't use this. I can't use this head size. I think I have something similar. I don't have my 3.5 clover here, but I think I have a 3.2 clover right here. It's 3.75. That's good enough for me. It'll probably still be really slick on here, but that's okay. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. It is much more comfortable to do this before you stuff the whatever your core of your flower is into it, because you kind of get like a weird cramp in your hand from doing a weird grip, but it is what it is. So yeah, so I showed all my metallics. I have a gold metallic on the way, and then I also have a velvet yarn on the way that should look good as like frosted berries and stuff. So I'm really excited about that yarn to come in. Normally, I don't really use a lot of chenille yarns, just because it's not really my vibe. But I'm really excited to use this yarn to make some little berries for the bouquet. This is my first time using the Rockstar yarn. I do like it, but you just have to make sure you use a hook that's not going to make it too slippery. Otherwise, it just slides around and it's pretty unrolly and hard to get your tension right. Also, I'm a little dubious about this being a 4-weight yarn. Upon just looking at it, you're like, yeah, that's a 4-weight. But when you start to work with it and pull it, you're like, ah, it's kind of like a 3-weight, I think. Um, so go into the sleep. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? So Lydia, you're taking a break from your project right now, which I think is good. With a blanket, I feel like you kind of have to take breaks, otherwise it's easy to go a little bit insane, at least in my experience, you know. Um, it's just a lot for me to handle at once. So if you have any recommendations for what I should use for the peony, please let me know. I could use white, I could use an ivory, I could use this light gold, which I think would be really pretty, but would probably tear up my fingers to a certain extent. But I mean, I've got it, I might as well use it, right? And it's definitely not like wearable material, even though I'm trying to use the brown to make a shawl, but it looks pretty, but it feels awful. I think I'm gonna line it with something because it just doesn't feel good. And then I have this silver, which you can't really. There we go. There you see some sparkle. So we're going with metallic and sparkle, really. Dealing with an earache. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that starts to get better soon. I know your sinuses have been really, really hitting you hard last little while, so I really hope you get some relief from that. So we're going around. We're starting to make those lavender petals again. No, we didn't have lavender in our original bouquets. Um, Truthfully, I'm not like a huge fan of the way lavender smells. It's a little bit too like potent for me just by itself, so I didn't really want any in our bouquets. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I freehanded this pattern. I started this pattern. I just freehanded it in when I was in treatment in September, and then I did it on a pipe cleaner, and the pipe cleaner obviously is not strong enough to hold any weight. So like that's what I got, a little limp one. So I tried to find something that was stick-like, and I was like, a chopstick would have been perfect, but I didn't have that. And then it looks like some people use like floral wire or something like that. Um, but I ended up using, I had these like Mod Podge that you're supposed to put them in like silicone molds and like paint them or something. But like, it was something that they tried to make happen and just, it was like fetch, it's not happening. So, so I have a bunch of these sticks, so I was like, well, I'll use that. So it's like taking up less room. But they do create I crocheted a tube and then just inserted it set at the top. But but yeah, I don't really I don't know. Um I I don't love how thick they are because I can't make a bunch of flowers with stems all this thick. Well, it's never too late to start. Uh, Crystal from Hook That Yarn did post a playlist of that she put together of flower tutorials, crochet flower tutorials. So if you're interested in making flowers, you can definitely do it that way. Um, you know, some flowers are easier than others. I think that a lot of people are trying to start doing flowers that like roll up instead of having to make a million different different leaves or petals, because a lot of like I remember when like the only way people were making roses was to make like 30 petals individually and then sewing them all together. And now people make roses in like no time because they crochet just them all together and they roll them up and then it comes as a leaf as well. So I think people are trying to do more flowers like that if they can. Skewers would be good. We don't have any skewers. That's a good idea. And I could just paint that green. I wouldn't have to necessarily do that. Yeah, it's just about like it's about like what I have here and what's, I'm trying to like focus on like, yeah, I mean, I could definitely get skewers. It's just I haven't had the chance to go out in a while, so. That's a good idea. I like it. I like it. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I don't crochet around it, then I don't have to worry about it poking through. And then some of the things can have larger stems and will be a big issue. I like that. I like that idea a lot. So yeah, I'll definitely give that a try next time I go out. It's hard because a lot of the flowers I feel like I can't really even start until I have like a good, like, until I go get skewers or something. So, but that's very smart. Thank you. If you missed my live earlier, you will have seen that I made, I'm not even going to call it a pretty big mistake because it was just very confusing video for me. I felt like there was different language in the beginning of the video and uh, different counts in the beginning of the video and the end of the video about how long everything should be. So, so I had to redo a lot of the the cage, the rib cage that I'm doing, and that has been taking me quite a bit of time this evening to do, which I'm a little frustrated about, and definitely not bitter at all. I also like the skewer idea because then I can fit things in a vase easier. I'll have more options for vases. Because if I did everything this thick, it would be pretty thick and be harder to find a vase that way. I'm thinking about thrifting a vase, and just having something, like finding something that looks cool, or get something from the dollar store. I mean, there's a ton of dollar store vases. Um, but just getting something that looks nice while not having to spend a whole lot of money on it. I knew there was a reason I kept you around, Ivy. I'm just kidding. Of course, I keep you around because you're awesome. Really, I have a lot of awesome people here. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but no one would listen. That's like my favorite thing to say. Like, I can't complain, but if I would, no one would listen. If I did, no one would listen. That's my like favorite dad joke. And my wife is probably so sick of it, she's gonna murder me in my sleep. Okay, so definitely looks different, gives a different vibe from lavender, but it's pretty cool looking. I'm kind of liking it. I love the shine. If you're using styrofoam, easy to stack replacements. Good point. Yeah, I was just gonna stick things in a vase. I wasn't gonna put like any floral foam in there. But I could, and that would be nice. I'm really liking the way you're thinking, Ivy. Keep you around for a little bit longer. This is kind of a project that I just sprung on myself because I was like, oh, this would be a great Valentine's Day gift. And I was gonna do like weirdo, like Valentine's, but then I was like, I don't really know what that means, honestly. What does it mean? And also, I didn't want to make all these things that I was never going to use, because I'm really bad about making challenges, getting about halfway through the challenge, having a bunch of stuff I'll never use, never be able to sell, and then I'm burnt out from the challenge, and I don't finish it even. So let's just try to do attainable, right? A gift. Use a stick from fake flowers. Take the flowers off. Yeah, possibly. It's just about, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I could. The skewers would probably be cheaper because the fake flowers generally, it's just one big stem, and then it has multiple smaller stems coming off of it. So it just depends on the flower type. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a bunch of different, like, because like I think that would be good for some of the flowers that are like stemming off of one major stem. Um, Now I'm just seeing how many times I can say stem. But then some flowers like lavender, they don't grow like that. So I'm liking both of those ideas very much. Thank you both. Okay, it's official. I do really like this yarn. It feels so nice and soft going through your fingers. It's slippery, but it's not like crazy, and it looks so cool. It looks like molten metal. It's so cool looking. Like, can I mean, I know it doesn't look as much like lavender as purple. Once I fill it up more, I think we'll have more of the look. But like, I feel like I'm really digging this just like effect. It's just really pretty yarn. Pretty stuff makes me happy. And I also have this yarn, this Rockstar yarn from Ice Yarns. I have it in a dark green, so I could do some like leaves or something in that too, which would be fun. Thank you both. I appreciate that. After I finish this pedal, I'm going to quit for the day because I've already done two lives and one of them was pretty long. So I'm not going to keep this one crazy long. I don't want to do that to anybody. Um, can those be done in a long piece, then wrapped around the skewer? Yes. So that's basically what I did with this. I probably would have to use some glue because if you pack them on too tightly, it starts to look a little weird. But I could just glue them in some different dots, or I could even just roll a couple glue dots, like this, like pre-glazed, like um, adhesive dots, which that might be a little bit more, but would be worth it because I do a bunch of crafts and a lot of crafts use those. Um, but then I've seen people use them for crochet flowers as well. So to do that and then kind of roll it up around that, that might be really nice. Yeah, I feel like this is not the way to do it. But I'll have one that looks like this, and then I'll have other ones that look different. We're just going with good enough here. My cat is right on time and saying, Dad, you're up too late. You need to take your medicine so you can get some sleep so Mom doesn't get mad at you. And I understand. If you can figure out, I'm just going to rip this open. So I got this on at the thrift store that I get a lot of my secondhand yarn from, which I know I'm very fortunate to have uh, uh, a store that has yarn. But so this is what it looks like. It is very metallic. It is a net like this spread out, but you can also crochet it all together and it looks like this, and it comes in different shades of like bronzy gold to like light tan, light like pale white gold, and then has silver metallic. So if you could all think of a flower that this would be cool for, I would appreciate it. Because I want to use it. I bought it because it was sparkly, and I literally was like, I'm just going to buy everything sparkly. And now I have no idea how to use any of it. I wonder, like, let me just see what it looks like wrapped around. It's weird. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, I don't know. How does anyone use this stuff? If you know how to use any specialty yarn that looks like this, and it's even got some like ribbing at the bottom, so maybe it would be a nice like, I don't know. Maybe it be something that could be like around the bouquet, or I don't know. So yeah, if you have any ideas for how to use this yarn, let me know. I have no idea how much yardage I have. This is how big it is right now, which is about the size of a human heart. And then I also have some different, a wireframe and make some petals. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, I like that a lot. We're having me be very crafty. And then I have two silver and two gold of this material. It feels almost like scrubby yarn. Um, it's for needlepoint, and they're 20 yards each. And then I have 60 yards of this non-elastic metallic yarn in silver. And then I've got this metallic thread, crochet thread. I've got two Super Saver metallics, one in black and gold, and then one in gray with silver. And then I have this other one that's in it's in pink. It's a little prolapse, right? Um, but I don't feel like it's going with the rest of the vibe. And then I have the two metallic rock stars from Ice Yarns. So if you have, and I have this green, which I just feel like might be fun. Um, it's from Department 71, Sparkle and Shine. It's not scratchy at all. It's just very like like tree tinsel. It only comes in like Christmassy colors, which is annoying. It doesn't come in gold, but it comes in two shades of silver, which I find very annoying. Because I feel like gold should get more representation or whatever. But anywho, if you think of anything that might be pretty, you find any flower ideas, anything like that, put it in Army of Weirdos. That's the place where I look the most. And yeah, so I'll talk to y'all later. And I love you very much. Have a great night, morning, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you later.